This is the part 2 of chapter 5, that is quadratic equations in one variable. And today we are going to solve exercise 5.2. Here in this exercise we have to solve the following equations by factorization. So the first question is 4x squared equals to 3x. Here we can solve this equation by factorization or as a quadratic equation because we have both the terms in x, that is x squared and x both are present. So this we can solve this equation. So what we'll do is 4x squared minus 3x equals to 0. Now both this term have x, so we can take x common. So what is left is x into 4x minus 3, that is equals to 0. So we can write either x equals to 0 or 4x minus 3 equals to 0. Therefore, the value of x is 0 or the value of x is equals to 3 by 4. Question number 2. X minus 3 into 2x plus 5 equals to 0. Now, to bring it in the standard form, we have to multiply this two terms. So, x into 2x is 2x squared plus x into 5 is 5x. Minus 3 into 2x is minus 6x. Minus 3 into 5 is minus 15. That is equals to 0. So here the term is already divided. So we can take and we can say that the term has the whole equation is having 4 terms. So we can pair it up. So pairing the first two terms, we can take x common. So we'll have 2x plus 5 in the bracket. And from the third and fourth term, we can take minus 3 common. So we'll have 2x plus 5 in the bracket. That is equals to 0. So we can write x minus 3 into 2x plus 5 equals to 0. So x minus 3 equals to 0. So the value of x is equals to 3. Or 2x plus 5 equals to 0. So the value of x is equals to minus 5 by 2. Question number 4. 21x squared minus 8x minus 4 equals to 0. So this is the standard form of quadratic equation. Now in this type of sums, there is 3 terms. So we cannot pair it. So what we have to do is, we have to multiply the first and third term, and we have whatever the product is, we will factorize it in such a way that by adding or subtracting the factors, we will get the value which is equal to the middle term. So what we'll do is, we'll multiply 21 into 4, that is 84. Factorize it, and by factorizing we have got 14 and 6. So 14 6 are 84. Now if I write minus 14 plus 6, that will give us minus 8. So here we have written it as 21x squared minus 14x plus 6x minus 4 equals to 0. Now pairing the first two terms, we can take 7x common. So what is left is 3x minus 2 in the bracket. From the third and fourth term, we can take plus 2 common. So what is left is 3x minus 2 in the bracket, which is equals to 0. So one of the term is 7x plus 2 equals to 0. Another term is 3x minus 2 equals to 0. Now from the first equation, that is 7x plus 2 equals to 0, the value of x is minus 2 by 7. From the second equation, the value of x is equals to 2 by 3. Next, question number 6. 2 by 3x squared minus 1 by 3x equals to 1. Now here we can omit the denominator by taking an LCM. So if I take 3 as the LCM, so what is remaining in the numerator? That is 2x squared minus x. And this denominator 3, if I bring it to the right hand side, it will be multiplied with 1, and that will, my right hand side will become equal to 3. Now bring this 3 to the other side so that we can equate it with 0. So we have 2x squared minus x minus 3 equals to 0. So now we'll multiply the first and the third term, that is 2 3s is 6, and factorize it. That is 3 and 2. If I write minus 3 plus 2, we will have minus 1. So 2x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 3 equals to 0. Now pair the first two terms, we can take x common. So we will have 2x minus 3 in the bracket. Now in the third and fourth term there is nothing common. So we'll take plus 1 as common term, and in the bracket we'll write 2x minus 3, which is equals to 0. Therefore one of the term is x plus 1 equals to 0. Another term is 2x minus 3 equals to 0. Now from x plus 1 equals to 0, the value of x is minus 1. And from the second term, 2x minus 3 equals to 0, the value of x is plus 3 by 2. Question number 7. X minus 4 whole square plus 5 square equals to 13 square. Let us first solve this equation. That is x minus 4 whole square is x square minus 2x into 4, that is minus 8x, plus 4 square, that is plus 16, plus 5 square is plus 25, equals to 13 square is 169. Now on the left hand side, x square minus 8x plus 16 plus 25 is plus 41. And bringing this 169 to the other side, we'll write it as minus 169. So now what we have, x square minus 8x plus 41 minus 169 is equals to minus 128, which is equals to 0. Therefore, now what we'll do is the first term, the product of the first and the third term, that is 128. Factorize it, we will get 16 and 8. So minus 16 plus 8 equals to minus 8. So what we'll write it, x square minus 16x plus 8x minus 128 equals to 0. Now pairing up the first two terms and taking x common, we will write x as common and in the bracket x minus 16. Then plus 8 common and in the bracket x minus 16, which is equals to 0. So one of the term is x plus 8 equals to 0. Therefore the value of x is equals to minus 8. Another term is x minus 16 equals to 0. Therefore the value of x is equals to 16. Next question number 8.2. 3 into y square minus 6 equals to y into y plus 7 minus 3. So let us first solve this equation. That is 3y square minus 3 6 18 equals to y into y square plus y into 7, that is 7y minus 3. Now bringing all the terms together, 3y square minus y square plus 7y will become minus 7y. Minus 18 will remain as it is, and minus 3 taking to the other side is plus 3. This will be equal to 0, which I have not given over here. Next, 2y square, that is 3y square minus y square is 2y square. Minus 7y will remain as it is, and minus 18 plus 3 will give us minus 15, which is equals to 0. Now, taking the first and the third term, find the product. That is 15 to the 30 and factorize it. So we'll have 10 and 3. So in the next step, we've written 2y square minus 10y plus 3y minus 15 equals to 0. Now taking the first two terms, we will take common, that is 2y common. In the bracket we have y minus 5. Again from the third and the fourth term, we'll take plus 3 common. So we have y minus 5, which is equals to 0. So one of the term is 2y plus 3 equals to 0. Therefore y equals to minus 3 by 2. Another term is y minus 5 equals to 0. Therefore y is equals to plus 5. Question number 10. 2x square minus 8x minus 24 equals to 0. And here x belongs to integer. So let us solve it. Again, let us find the product of the first and the third term. That is 2 into 24. That is equals to 48. If I factorize it, the two terms will be 12 and 4, which will give us 8. So here we have written it as 2x square minus 12x plus 4x minus 24 equals to 0. Now pairing up the first two terms, we can take 2x common. So what is left is x minus 6 in the bracket. From the third and fourth term, we can take plus 4 common. So we have x minus 6 common. That is equals to 0. So one of the term is 2x plus 4. Another term is x minus 6 equals to 0. So from 2x plus 4 equals to 0, the value of x is minus 4 divided by 2. That is equals to minus 2. and x minus 6 equals to 0, the value of x is plus 6. Now in this case x belongs to integer, so both the roots, that is minus 2 and minus 6, both are accepted, because we know that negative, positive and 0 all comes under integer. So both these roots are applicable in this situation. Moving on to question number 12, that is 2x squared minus 9x plus 10 equals to 0. So let us first solve this equation. That is 2x squared. Okay, the product of the first and third term is 20. Let us factorize it. That is 5 and 4. So that will get 9. 5 minus 4 is minus 9. So we have written it as 2x squared minus 5x minus 4x plus 10 equals to 0. Pairing up the first two terms, we can take x common. So we will have 2x minus 5 in the bracket. Pairing up the third and fourth term, we can take minus 2 common. So we'll have 2x minus 5 in the bracket, which is equals to 0. So one of the term is x minus 2. Another term is 2x minus 5, which is equals to 0. So if we write x minus 2 equals to 0, so the value of x is equals to 2. And if the term is 2x minus 5 equals to 0, so the value of x is plus 5 by 2. Now the first case says that x belongs to integer. Now see, if you see the two roots, that is x equals to 2 and x equals to 5 by 2, which is a natural number? 2. 5 by 2 is not a natural number. So in the first case, only root 2 is applicable. Second case, where x belongs to q. Q means rational number. Now we know that all natural numbers are rational numbers, all fractions are rational numbers. So in this case, both x equals to 2 and x equals to 5 by 2 are rational numbers. Hence both these two roots are accepted. Next, question number 15. 4 root 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 root 3 equals to 0. So multiplying the first and the third term, that is 4 2s are 8 and root 3 into root 3 is 3. So 8 into 3 is 24. If I factorize 24, I'll get 8 and 3. So 8 3s are 24. And if I place it as plus 8x minus 3x, will get plus 5x. So we have written it as 4 root 3 x squared plus 8x minus 3x minus 2 root 3 equals to 0. Pairing the first two terms, that is 4 root 3 x squared plus 8x. If I pair it up, we can take 4x common. So taking 4x common, what is left? In the bracket, we'll write root 3x plus 2. Again, from the third and the fourth term, we can take minus root 3 common. So we will have root 3x plus 2 in the bracket, which is equals to 0. So one of the term is 4x minus root 3 and another term is root 3x plus 2, which is equals to 0. So from 4x minus root 3 equals to 0, the value of x is equals to plus root 3 by 4. Another term, root 3x plus 2 equals to 0. From this we can write it as x equals to minus 2 by root 3. Now since root 3 is in the denominator, we can multiply root 3 in the numerator and denominator. So minus 2 by root 3 into root 3 by root 3 will give us minus 2 root 3, and in the denominator root 3 into root 3 will become 3. So therefore we can write it as minus 2 root 3 divided by 3. Question number 17. 2 divided by x squared minus 5 by x plus 2 equals to 0. Now see, this is not the standard form of quadratic equation. So what we'll do over here is we'll take the LCM, that is x squared. So taking x squared as the LCM in the left hand side, we'll have 2 minus, here x is the denominator for the second term. So we will multiply x in the numerator and denominator to make it x squared. So in the numerator we'll write minus 5x, and in case of 2 the the denominator is 1, so we have to multiply it with x squared to both numerator and denominator. So we'll have plus 2x squared, which is equals to 0. Now taking x squared to the right hand side and multiplying it with 0, it will become 0. So the equation is 2 minus 5x plus 2x squared equals to 0. Now finding the product of the first and third term, that is 2 2s are 4. So 4 1s are 4, and if I write minus 4 and minus 1, that will give us minus 5x. So in the next step we have written it as 2 minus 4x minus x plus 2x squared equals to 0. So pairing the first two terms, we can take 2 common. So what is left is 1 minus 2x in the bracket. From the third and the fourth term, we can take minus x common. So we have 1 minus 2x in the bracket, which is equals to 0. So one of the term is 2 minus x and 1 minus 2x, which is equals to 0. So 2 minus x equals to 0, therefore value of x is equals to 2. And 1 minus 2x equals to 0, therefore the value of x is equals to half. Next, question number 19 to x divided by x minus 1 plus x minus 1 divided by x equals to 2 1 by 2. So let us solve this equation first. That is, in the denominator we'll write x minus 1 into x. So in the numerator we'll have x squared plus x minus 1 into x minus 1, that is x minus 1 whole square, that is equals to 5 by 2. Now x squared plus x minus 1 whole square, which is equals to plus x squared minus 2x plus 1 divided by x into x is x squared minus 1 into x is x equals to 5 by 2. So we will get 2x squared minus 2x plus 1 divided by x squared minus x equals to 5 by 2. Now cross multiplying this. So in the left hand side, if I multiply the whole equation by 2, that is, we'll get 4x squared minus 4x plus 2 equals to 5 into x squared minus x will get 5x squared minus 5x. Now bringing all the terms together to one side. So here I have brought the left hand side elements to the right hand side. So I've written it as 5x squared minus 4x squared minus 5x plus 4x minus 2 equals to 0. So 5x squared minus 4x squared is x squared, minus 5x plus 4x is minus x, and minus 2 equals to 0. Again we are having 3 terms, so we have to find the product of the first and third term, which is 2, and factorize it. So we can write it as minus 2 into 1, that is minus 2, and minus 2 plus 1 will give us minus x. So here we have written it as x squared minus 2x plus x minus 2 equals to 0. So from the first two terms we can take x common, so we will have x minus 2 in the bracket. From the third and the fourth term we can take plus 1 common, so we'll have x minus 2 in the bracket, which is equals to 0. So one of the term is x plus 1 equals to 0, therefore x is equals to minus 1. Another term is x minus 2 equals to 0, so the value of x is equals to 2. Question number 22. 1 divided by 2a plus b plus 2x equals to 1 by 2a plus 1 by b plus 1 by 2x. Now let us bring the x terms together. So I'll bring the 1 by 2x to the left hand side. So here I've written 1 divided by 2a plus b plus 2x minus 1 by 2x, and in the right hand side we have 1 by 2a plus 1 by b. Now taking the LCM in the left hand side, that is 2a plus b plus 2x into 2x. So in the numerator we'll have 2x minus the whole of this term, that is minus 2a plus b plus 2x. and in the right hand side again we'll take an LCM of 2a into b, so we'll have b plus 2a. Now solving the numerator here, that is 2x minus 2a minus 2a minus b minus 2x, so 2x and 2x will get cancelled, so what is remaining? Minus 2a plus b, and in the denominator we can multiply this 2a into 2x, that is 4ax, b into 2x, that is 2bx, and 2x into 2x, that is 4x squared. In the right hand side we have 2a plus b divided by 2ab. Now see, in the numerator and numerator in the left hand side and right hand side are equal, so we can cancel this out. So we will have, in the left hand side we'll have minus 1, since there was a minus over here, so we'll write minus 1 divided by 4ax plus 2bx plus 4x square equals to 1 by 2ab. Now cross multiplying it, we'll have, that is minus 1 into 2ab, that is minus 2ab equals to, and 1 into this term will give us 4ax plus 2bx plus 4x square. Now bringing all the terms together in one side, we'll have 4x square plus 4ax plus 2bx plus 2ab equals to 0. Now we already have 4 terms over here, so we can take common, we can pair two terms and we can take out common. So from the first 2 terms we can take 4x common, so we will have x plus a. From the third and the fourth term we can take 2b common, so we have x plus a, which is equals to 0. So one of the term is 4x plus 2b equals to 0, another term is x plus a equals to 0. So the value of x is equals to minus 2b by 4, that is equals to minus b by 2, and another is x plus a equals to 0, therefore the value of x is equals to minus a. Question number 24. Root 3x plus 4 equals to x. Now how to solve this type of equation? We can square both sides, otherwise we won't get the standard form of quadratic equation. So squaring both sides, the root will get removed, so on the left hand side we'll have 3x plus 4 is equal to, the right hand side will get will be squaring the right hand side, that is equals to x square. So now we can write it as x square minus 3x minus 4 equals to 0. Now the product of the first and third term is 4. Factorize it, so we can write it as 4x and x. So 4 into 1 is 4, and if I write minus 4 plus 3, the solution will be minus 3. So we have written it as x square minus 4x plus x minus 4 equals to 0. Pairing the first 2 terms, we can take x common, that will give us x minus 4 in the bracket. And in the third and the fourth term we have nothing common, so we'll take plus 1 as common, and in the bracket we'll write x minus 4, which is equals to 0. So one of the term is x plus 1 equals to 0, therefore x equals to minus 1. Another term is x minus 4 equals to 0, therefore x equals to plus 4. Now see, there are 2 roots of x, that is minus 1 and 4. But before we write the answer, we have to put this value of x in the actual equation and see that whether this criteria is correct or not, whether the roots are correct or not. So if I, in the first case, if I put minus 1 in the equation, that is 3 into minus 1 is minus 3 plus 4, that will give us 1, root over 1 is equal to x, that is minus 1. So root over 1 is 1 equals to minus 1 is not fulfilling the equation, because in the left hand side we have plus 1 and the right hand side we have minus 1. So this is not fulfilling the equation. Again, now putting the value of x equals to 4. So 3 into 4 is 12, 12 plus 4, 16. So root over 16 is plus 4 equals to, and the x side also will write, in the right hand side this is also equals to 4. Therefore the second equation is fulfilling. So in this case, we'll write that x equals to -1 does not satisfy the equation, therefore it is rejected. So here the answer or the root of the given equation will be 4. Please remember this. Now question number 26. Find the value of x equals to p plus 1 equals to 0. And the equation is given as x square plus px minus 6 equals to 0. So in place of p, what we'll write? So we'll first solve p plus 1 equals to 0. Therefore, the value of p is equals to -1. So in place of p, we will write -1. So the equation will be x square plus -1x minus 6 equals to 0. That is equal to x square minus x minus 6 equals to 0. So product of the first and the third term, that is 6. So factorizing 6, we'll get 3 and 2. So 3 2s are 6. If I write -3 plus 2, it will give us the middle term, that is -1. So x square minus 3x plus 2x minus 6 equals to 0. Pairing the first two terms, we'll take x common. So we have x minus 3 in the bracket. From the third and the fourth term, we can take plus 2 common. So we'll have x minus 3 in the bracket, which is equals to 0. So one term is x plus 2, another term is x minus 3 equals to 0. So from x plus 2 equals to 0, the value of x is equals to -2. And from x minus 3 equals to 0, the value of x is equals to 3. That's all for today. Thank you.